This is how you are going to get 10 to 15 new high-ticket clients in under 45 days following audience alignment. It's what took this YouTuber 2K subs to make $44,000 in 2 weeks, 6.7x this guy's cash collected on the School Games leaderboard, went from $0 to $11,000 in 29 days, and $50,000 cash collected in 1 month. The biggest mistake that you guys are making is KISS. You need to keep it stupid simple. KISS, keep it stupid simple. And I'm going to be breaking down all the sauce today, everything in depth. I'm giving you guys all the systems, all the strategies. Let's go. So first of all, obviously you need content, you need traffic, you need views, right? People already pay for it. It's called ads. And here's a quick rundown of everything. So YouTube, in my opinion, is the best for warmth, and it's honestly king. I like it the best, although some of the other ones are good as well. Instagram's really good for stories and for messaging. X is good for conversations. TikTok is so good for views, so easy to blow up, and Facebook is good for ads. I haven't dabbled too much with Facebook, but comment below which one you use and why. For me, it's gotta be YouTube. I just love the warmth. The audience is so warm. I mean, you saw 2K subs on YouTube, 44,000 in 2 weeks, okay? So, number one is market research. This is the most important step. You just need to simply ask them what they want, right? This is Ask Sally what she wants for lunch from Sam Ovens, okay? Essentially, there's two main scenarios, right? Number one, overall, you're trying to figure out what this person wants for lunch. Number one, you can just sit behind the bushes and think about it. Or number two, you can go up and ask them. You just need to ask your audience, ask them what they want for lunch, right? And you just need to know your target audience. Like me, I'm going to show you something that nobody in this space would ever show you is my marketing avatar for you. Yes, you watching this video. Most likely, your content creator has built a profitable business, whether that's YouTube automation, drop shipping, etc., and you make good money, you make great money, you're chilling, but you want to make more, especially with your audience where you're not really making that much money. In your free time, you stay healthy, you enjoy time with friends, you're financially stable, you don't stress about ends meet, but you want to make more money with your audience, right? You've gone through various business models. Maybe you tried a couple, maybe you're single, maybe you have a girlfriend or something, but you don't really have any children, most likely, and you really just want an automated system for you you want something that can just do it all for you, make you money without you having to do anything. So if this is kind of accurate of you, go ahead and like this video below, because I'm going to be showing you how you can have your own targeting, your marketing avatar, leveraging AI, which I'm about to break down in a little bit. But first, you need to know your target audience. There's 4 main ways to do that. Obviously, there's more. These are just the 4 that I know. So, number one is if you're on IG, you can use IG stories. Let's say we want to target agency owners. So, if anyone says that they own an agency, we'd simply just slide up on that poll, DM them, hey, I'm building this product that's going to help, you out. I just need to do some research to see if it would actually help you. Would you mind if I ask you some questions? And since you're the content creator, all the people that follow you love you, they're going to be like, yeah, sure. So you can ask them these 5 questions, right? Why do you want to get started? Why do you want to scale? Essentially, like, what's their main motivation for actually owning an agency, and why do they want to scale it? You're uncovering their main desires. Number 2, what's the main goal that you have? Well, it's like their delta status, like why they're here, what they're trying to achieve, their point B. Because essentially with coaching, with info products, we're essentially just selling, getting them from point A to point B. What's the roadblock stopping you, so we can use those as bonuses to help solve their pain points? What's a realistic timeline, aka how long do they want it to take? Usually 3 to 6 months. And what have they tried previously? What worked and what didn't? So we can throw rocks at their enemies, like I'll be showing you in a little bit, breaking out a whole VSL. Essentially from there, we'll use the master messaging cheat sheet, which I'm about to show you in a little bit, but let's go over these next points. Number 2 is a Typeform. This is the fastest way to do it. Essentially, it's killing 2 birds with 1 stone because you're building up a wait list and you're getting market research. You can simply just upload all of this into a CSV, a column separated value file or whatever, and you'll be able to use this inside of the cheat sheet, which I'll show you soon. The best way, in my opinion, the very best way is going through your sales calls. It's how I actually made my marketing avatar, Steve over there. I had all of these sales calls, right, with sales calls, whatever, just calls with content creators that are trying to monetize their audience so I can understand them like the back of their hand. And then I would just use a Fathom AI note taker. In my opinion, it's the best one. It's free. I don't even have the premium, and I get everything I need, right? And then you use the master messaging cheat sheet. So you can also do market research calls, where essentially you make a story post offering them something, telling them to swipe up, and you say, yo, I'll send you just let me hop on a call with you real quick so I can kind of understand my audience, and then boom, Fathom AI. So same thing. You can also use Reddit, right? I was checking through Reddit. This is kind of what I found. This is probably some of you right now. You get tons of DMs of different people wanting me to help them or are interested. They think I'm an expert, but I don't really know how to monetize my audience, right? So you can use Reddit too to searching up your keywords. Those are 4 ways. Obviously, there's more, but let's get into the real sauce, leveraging AI, because that's exactly how I built this guy. Okay, so this is the master messaging cheat sheet. It's going to help you dial in your offer using market research and then enhancing it with AI, and basically makes you the best copywriter in the world, because once you understand your target audience, you know exactly how to sell to them. So first, I like to use AI. I like to actually upload all of my stuff into AI. So for example, with those sales calls, I uploaded them all into ChatGPT. I transcribed all of them, got them on a big Google Doc, and uploaded them here. So the first step is actually understanding your current situation. So you simply upload all of your data to AI, and you simply just copy this, paste it, and then it gives you a ton of problems and desires. So because I care about you guys, I'll go ahead and show you mine right now, right? So the overall problems, essentially I upload all these calls, and yeah, so it's like boom, inconsistent revenue, overwhelmed by all these different strategies, fear of scaling, maybe they're scared of scamming people, they don't have good time management, etc., etc. And I upload this to AI. It's that simple, that easy. Use AI. And then from here, I simply said, okay, well, identify 3 to 5 common problems and write 5 to 7 deeper sentence explanations about those core problems. So boom, inconsistent monetization. That's true. A lot of you guys are probably suffering with that. Overwhelmed by time and burnout. You don't have the time to actually put the systems in place. You're doing other stuff. You're low in your confidence in selling. You're underselling yourself. And it obviously goes more in depth. Saturation. You don't really know how to differentiate yourself correctly. Audience growth but low conversions. You're getting a lot of good views, a lot of followers, but the conversion rate's super, super low. Okay. Then after that, you upload the data. You simply say, yo, create a list of desires your avatar faces. And then boom, these are all the desires you guys want. You know, scaling your business, having high quality leads, being an authority in your niche, having a big personal brand, understanding your marketing skills, reoccurring revenue. Every single month I'm making good money from it, etc., etc. Simply just copied and pasted this, told it, yo, give me 3 to 5 common desires, and write a deeper 5 to 7 explanation. Financial freedom, they want more money. Time freedom, you don't want to have to be bogged down doing all this admin work. You want a thriving personal brand authority. Yup, you want an automated business, like I said, makes money for you while you sleep. I understand you guys so well. And then impact and legacy. You want to have a meaningful impact and understand your audience, actually help change their lives, right? Because that's what you can do with coaching. It changed my life by getting mentorships, getting coaches. It continues to change my life today. Then you need a unique selling proposition. So this is the important part, because this is what differentiates you from the rest of the market. So I simply copied and pasted this, and boom. And they said, they just basically talked about me is because I uploaded, they kind of understood who I was, blah, blah, blah. I've done it time and time again for other people. I have the receipts to back it up. I've helped creators grow their platforms and scale their offers, etc., etc. And then we have to go more in deep. So what would make you guys trust me more? So essentially be personal stories, values, and motivation, basically personal branding content, which I'm going to be posting soon, don't worry. So yeah, essentially this thing is just actually you guys knowing my personal life and you guys getting testimonials, but also I know too that providing value to you guys will make you guys trust me more, right? I'm giving you all the sauce for free. You imagine, whoa, what happens if I pay this guy to do it all for me? It's the Alex Hormozi method, right? So what would make them trust me more deeply, because I am the creator in this context? And yeah, so boom, it actually laid out like 5-6 bullet points, and I'm using these right now. I did client success stories. You see my YouTube, it's tons of client success stories, right? I'm consistently showing up. I am giving you a behind the scenes look at all of my processes, literally giving you guys all the sauce. And soon, don't worry, I'll be making that personal brand content for the storytelling, right? So from there, right, then you copy and paste the third question. Why should they believe they can get them from where they are now to where they want to be? I bridge the gap because I've done it before, done it again, I'm confident in my abilities, etc., etc., right? Then from there, you want to list out the 3 most important pain points in their current situation. So I simply just copied and pasted this as well. Said you guys are overwhelmed and stuck, unable to scale, your content strategy is inconsistent, you don't really exactly know what you're doing, you're not running like a real business. Then the 1 sentence explanation is that you guys are hardworking content creators struggling with scattered growth, inconsistent income, and lack of direction, right? You're obviously making good money, but it's not really consistent. It fluctuates, especially not having that second, third source, whatever. Then simply it's just the bridge. I'm not going to go over too much about that. It's going to be really long, but essentially it's just like you're getting them where you are now to where you want to be. I'm actually going to be showing you an example bridge in a little bit. So yeah. So then we have the 3 most important points in your desired situation again. And from there, it's super simple. You guys want consistent, predictable revenue streams. You want time, freedom, and balance. And you want a clear, scalable business model. A second one that's really scaling up for you. And essentially, you guys want to transition from inconsistent, time-consuming admin work to a stable, more higher, predictable income. Essentially, this transformation is taking you from where you are now to where you want to be, all in 1 sentence right here. Okay, so now as a transformational proof, this is where you kind of go deep a little bit into actually like understanding there. So essentially you kind of give chronological steps of essentially who you are, your whole story from like where you were at the beginning to where you came now, all the way back from childhood to present day. You pretty much just go deep here. And then from there, you simply just drop your case studies of like who you've helped, etc., etc. And then you have the key features and benefits. Basically, I'm not exactly using all of these, but essentially it's just what you guys would want. You guys would want like done for you stuff, scalable things, high ticket sales, etc., etc. Now, it's super simple, super easy. We already uploaded all the data. We have all the data. Now we just need to upload it to AI. So essentially you just say something like this. Me giving you all this stuff. Sound good? And then you prompt it. If it starts working, you simply just stop it and say, awesome, just got the data. From there, you simply just upload all the data. Cool, here's this. Cool, here's that. And yeah, you can pause it, follow along if you want to. But yeah. Now it's filled up. You basically drop this long paragraph. I want you to create a marketing avatar using all the data. What does this look like? What does that look like? What is this? And blah, blah, blah. And then what keeps them up at night? What keeps them awake? And what problems, what fears, what desires do they have? And that's exactly how I got you guys. Exactly how I got you guys is my marketing avatar. So feel free to go ahead and use this if you want. And yeah, that's pretty much market research. Just really understanding who your audience is, where do they want to go, and knowing them like the back of your hand, right? Now as launch strategy, you kind of just want to have like a rough idea of what you're actually going to do. And it's really these 4 things, right? How are you going to monetize? We're going to do high ticket coaching today. Where it's a timeline, it's going to be a closed cohort launch. I can show you guys an evergreen funnel another time. It's going to be organic. It's typically what I deal with. And then we see it build up pre-hype. Okay, so this is the example launch strategy for you guys. Get you guys 10 to 15 high-ticket clients under 45 days. So you need a promise, right? What's the promise? What are you going to be offering them? Achieve X outcome in Y time without Z, or with Z, right? And you need to have a unique selling proposition. There's 2 ways to do a unique selling proposition, right? I was reading Reality in Advertising, the book. You can't just do some random ass USP, right? Unique selling prop. You need 2 things, right? Number 1, your product is genuinely different from how everyone else does it. Something unique to you, like Dr. Squatch, right? Their soap is a manly scented. It's all natural. It's this, it's that. It's specifically formulated for men. That's their unique selling proposition because there's not really specific soap for men. So that's their unique one. Or number 2, you can reveal something that everyone does in their process, but it hasn't been revealed. Like the GOAT, Claude Hopkins, the OG marketer, OG advertiser, basically was working at Schultz Beer, took a tour of the brewery, and learned about the process that they do for every single batch, right? There's like 4,000 feet deep for water. They cleaned the bottle like 3 times, and no one was talking about it because every single company did it, but no one talked about it. So Claude Hopkins simply marketed that way, and they increased their sales 600%, which this is like a real company, like a big company, so increasing it 600% is probably millions, honestly. But yeah. From there, you just want to have a high-level funnel overview, like a whisper tea shout. Essentially, your plan of what you're going to do. I made a sample plan here. Obviously, the plan's going to be different based on like the audience, etc., etc. But simply, you have your traffic sources onto a wait list, own the traffic like Russell Brunson preaches, and then you provide value to them. Provide value, which I'm going to be showing you how to do that later. Simply send them to like a VSL page. You email blast and dial everyone to actually hop on that VSL page into a Typeform application. Right? If they don't have enough money, you can simply downsell them. And then if they're qualified, simply they book a call, hop on a call with you or your closer, close them for cash, right? More in depth, obviously, just like if they fill out the Typeform but didn't book, get dialed by the dialer, etc., etc. Some pretty simple stuff. And then your offer, right? So you're going to be having a certain price offer. They get XYZ, maybe you have a downsell, and it's achieve X outcome in Y time without Z, right? And from here, you want to build out a roadmap. So I have an example roadmap here for like a clothing brand one. So yeah. Essentially, right when they pay, right, they get the onboarding email, they join the private Discord community, wherever you're hosting it, right, they make sure that they add the weekly calls to their calendars, they submit a welcome form to basically get information about them, and they start the program, start watching the modules, and they fill out the modules, do X, do Y, do Z, and yeah, essentially, it's just every single time, it's basically a roadmap to get them from where they are now to where they want to be systemized. So you essentially just create this roadmap by thinking, if I was just starting out and I was teaching someone, what are all the things that they'd have to do? Well, with clothing brand, right, they need to like actually have the foundations, they need to design, they need to manufacture, market, they need to get sales, they need to do a drop, etc., etc. I have a personalized roadmap for the clients that I work with, and I make it specifically to them to get them from where they are now to where they want to be. But that's that for the launch strategy. This is pretty much it laid out. Again, just super simple, super easy, right? So yeah. And we are flying by with this. This is honestly a fun part. I love offers. Once again, it goes back to the market research to understand your audience to make the offer. And essentially with you, it's pretty simple, right? You want to just achieve product market fit. So this is like a poker coach or a poker player that makes content. So he has this content right here. So he makes content about poker, playing poker, winning in poker, and they follow him specifically because they like him and they like poker. So if he launched coaching for poker, he'd probably make a lot of money, right? That's his high level overview of it. And essentially with whenever you're making an offer, obviously goes back to market research. There's 3 niches only, right? There's health, wealth, and relationships. Either making people more money, you're getting them into better health, right? Fit, losing weight, gaining muscle, or relationship. You're helping them get into a relationship or save one. Okay? For me, I'm in wealth. Then you could say I'm in commerce, or I'm in internet marketing and info products, whatever the case may be. But yeah, so you've seen a niche down, right? You go from wealth to sales to, maybe high ticket sales, or maybe to wholesaling, or, flips or whatever. Or maybe you go to fix and flips, or, rentals, whatever the case may be. And essentially, whenever you're making an offer, you need to identify these 4 things, right? You need to understand their pain points and desires with the messaging cheat sheet. This is going to help you guys so much. You need to basically achieve product market fit, like I showed you and just showed you how to refine your niche. You need to find your unique selling proposition. For me, it's audience alignment, understanding your audience, and then using that in every aspect of your business. And then developing an irresistible offer headline that resonates with your target audience, like I just showed you. Get 10 to 15 high-ticket clients in under 45 days. And whenever you make an offer, you need to follow one of the GOATs, Alex Hormozi. This is his value equation. Dream outcome, where they want to go, times perceived likelihood of achievement, the percent chance that actually happens, times they multiply these by each other, and then divided by how long it's going to take and how hard it's going to be to get there equals value. So I broke down super in depth. I'm going to give you guys all the sauce. Like I said, I'm giving you guys everything behind the scenes pretty much. So dream outcome is essentially what they really want, right? You need to understand them so deeply because they don't buy your products, right? I don't buy coffee right here. I don't buy coffee. I want the help with work. I want the increased focus. I want the caffeine, right? So you need to ask, what's the big juicy result that they want? For you guys, it's having a high ticket business or making money from your audience. For health, it could be lose weight, it could be grow a business, etc., etc. And how will their life feel different? Will they be confident, freedom, happy? For you guys, you're going to have more freedom. You're going to be happier because you're making more money, and your time is going to be, you're going to have more abundance of it. Yeah, so that's pretty much dream outcome. Perceived likelihood of achievement is if they don't believe that the likelihood that it's actually going to happen. So how confident you guys are that it'll actually work for you. If I didn't know what I was talking about at all, I didn't have any videos up, I was a black profile picture, and you see me, you doubt I can deliver. But since I've done it time and time again for others, and I'm giving you guys all the sauce that you could use and literally use it to get 10 to 15 high-ticket clients under 45 days, you're going to believe that I can help you get there. Right? So essentially just using social proof like I just showed you, case studies, testimonials like I've showed on my YouTube, having guarantees, risk reversals basically, and providing clarity. This works because of X. Here's how it's worked for other people like you. And obviously just making it sexier, right? I'm not going to say like, here's how you can get 10 to 15 high-ticket clients. Here's how I've gotten these guys 10 to 15 high-ticket clients. Now you can do the same. And obviously, like I said, asking risk reversal, because if you do everything that you can and it doesn't work, it shouldn't be on you. It should be on whoever you bought it from. So that's dream outcome. That's perceived likelihood. Let's go to time delay. It's how quickly you guys can get the result. For you guys, in under 45 days. So in under a month and a half, I'm going to have 10 to 15 high-ticket clients that pay 2 to 4, 6K each. Boom. That's good money. So people want the transformation now. Losing weight and having a tummy tuck is the same thing, but the tummy tuck is instant. It's instant, and it's 100% guaranteed. I'll be breaking down an offer in a little bit. But the longer your offer takes to deliver, the less appealing it is, because people want it now. We want it now. Especially social media nowadays, we don't want to wait. And essentially, you want to try to give them quick wins with bonuses if you can't deliver on that offer. In your first 24 hours, you'll have X, you'll have Y, you'll have Z. In the first 24 hours of working with me, you'll have a personalized roadmap of exactly how we're going to get you those clients. Then effort and sacrifice. How hard it's going to be. This is the difference between do it yourself, done with you, done for you, right? Whenever it's done for you, everything's done for you. It's obviously more expensive than do it yourself, but it's done for you. You don't have to do anything for it. So essentially here it's just, doing it for them, how hard they think it's going to be. You want to reduce friction by making it step-by-step, easy to follow, convenient for them, etc., etc. And this equals the value. And you can make it even more irresistible by having a core offer, offering bonuses that solve pain points, and having guarantees removing the risk, and adding scarcity and urgency, like preached in the book Influence. So let's review just 2 offers real quick, and I'm going to review an actual info offer I've done. Okay, so we're going to do fat loss. We'll compare a tummy tuck with a diet. Tummy tuck is where they just like do surgery on you to remove the fat. Diet, it's like diet, exercise, calories, macros, etc. Okay? So let's look at the dream outcome, right? Well, both of these technically do get you to the dream outcome. Either way, you're going to be, losing fat by dieting, or they're just going to take it out. So they're both good here, right? They both get a point. Let's look at perceived likelihood. So with a tummy tuck, you've seen it work for others. You know it's going to work 100%. They literally cut it out and it's done. But with diet, you've tried it before probably. You've tried it a couple times. Even I was reading this Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson. One of the people called Lady Boss, they run like this brand or whatever. They said that women tried to diet 4 times a year and they end up not losing any weight. So for this, we're going to put it like a 0.2 out of 1. Because they're like, it could work, but it's pretty tough. Then from here, right, time delay. Well, how quick is it going to happen? Well, for the tummy tuck, it's instant, right? You get knocked out, they take it out, you wake up, you're all good, right? For here, it's going to take, 3, 6, 9 months, a year to do. So it's like, it's going to take forever. Effort and sacrifice, there's nothing, right? They just cut you open, it's done. For here, you got to go to diet, you got to go to the gym, you got to work extremely hard for it, blah, blah, blah. So out of 4, right? The tummy tuck gets a 4 out of 4. And for the diet and exercise, it gets a 1.2 out of 4. That's why the tummy tuck is worth more, because it's instant. You know it's going to work. You don't have to do anything for it. It's done for you. Versus the diet, it's really do it yourself. So yeah, this is the OfferStack blueprint. I'm going to show you 2 different info offers that are selling the same exact thing, and one is good, one is bad. Essentially, you just need to name your offer. You can give it some sexy name, but essentially you need the core offer, right? Exactly what they're going to get from doing it. And then you want bonuses, right? So a bonus that might speed up the results, bonus that might remove the pain point, maybe like an exclusive perk. On top of that, having guarantees, you basically remove all the risk, and then you price anchor, right? That's really good. It's a psychological trick, actually, price anchoring. That's more in the VSL and the copy, but you get the point in the urgency scarcity, okay? So essentially the pains, this was like a car flipping offer. Their pains were like they can't find a car, they don't know how to fix them. How do I negotiate? How do the taxes work? How can I ensure I'm not going to get scammed to buy a bad car? Okay? So this was the original offer, right? How to make $5K a month flipping cars. $2,500, nothing really special. They get direct access to the creator. They see like calls, courses, action plans, some support, blah. This looks like it's ass, right? Then we come over here. We'll help you start an organic car flipping business to $5K a month within 90 days without going to auctions. So a lot of people thought that the only way that you could actually get car flipping is going to auctions, but we had a new unique mechanism, organic car flipping. It's organically flipping cars. This is actually different because instead of going to auctions, you find them in your local area, buying them from like moms or teenagers or who's ever selling them, and you resell them for more. Right, and the value discrepancy, basically how this is different is you get 90 days of like private support with all of us, and here's the actual deliverables. Whenever you join, you're going to get a one-on-one call. You're going to get a full course that breaks down everything you'd ever need. You're going to get 2 weekly calls. You're going to get a 90-day tailored action plan, 90 days of one-on-one calls. You're going to get personalized one-on-one video car reviews where we review your flip. We review everything. You're going to get behind the scenes of my car flipping business that's making me, X amount of money. You're going to get a private Discord with other car flippers. On top of that, you're going to get an AI bot that finds cars for you in your local area. You're going to have a done-for-you LLC set up. You're going to have breakdowns of successful negotiations, and you're going to get a toolkit with instructions for quick fixes sent to you, right? So look how much different this is. It literally solves all their pain points, right? Can't find cars, the AI will find it for you. Don't know how to fix them, we'll send you a toolkit. How do I negotiate? We'll break down your negotiations live. How do you ensure you're not getting scammed? We'll review the cars with you on a one-to-one video call. How do taxes work? We have the LLC set up for you. We solve all their pain points with the bonuses, make this an irresistible offer. On top of that, we just add a simple guarantee, add some urgency, scarcity. It's a no-brainer. We give you all these things that solve all your pain points. You know it's going to work, right? It's super good. That's how you make a no-brainer offer. I mean, I would join this, right? You solve all my pain points, right? There's guaranteed that I'm going to make money. And if not, you'll give me my money back. Why wouldn't I join? It's a no-brainer. That's what your offers need to be. We need no-brainer offers that make it that they would feel stupid saying no to. If you were interested in car flipping, you would feel stupid saying no to this offer because you get all the support you need and it solves all your pain points. And top of that, obviously add a guarantee, add some urgency, scarcity, and we're good to go. Okay, so that's the offer section. Now we're going to go into the weeds, setting up the assets, setting up the systems. This is the in the weeds BS that you honestly can't really find on YouTube. And I'm going to show you guys everything that I've learned so far from this. So we got all these different softwares. I'm going to break them down and I'm going to actually go into them. So we have Go High Level, which is good for the sales pipeline. It's honestly an all-in-one software. So let's go there. Okay, so I set up my account. It's super simple, super easy, right? You just click a couple things. You have to do like verification. They ask you why you're here. And the main thing we're going to be doing here, you can actually do a lot of stuff. You can build websites. You can do Typeform. You can do applications. You can do automations. I'm just going to show you guys how to set up a sales pipeline and how to do some simple automation. So simply you want to add a pipeline, create new pipeline, and we're going to call it the launch pipeline. Sure. And for the stage names, we'll have, a lead, we'll have booked, we'll have no show, right? They don't show up. We'll have close, we'll have no close, and yeah. Now we simply click on opportunities. Here you can see it, and boom. So anytime someone fills out like our application or joins the waitlist, we can get them right here, and then we can get them to booked. We can all the way to closed, to no show, to no close, right? Obviously there can be more, but this is a super simple waitlist that I'm going to be setting up for you guys. Essentially, I'm going to keep it super simple. Go High Level is somewhat complex. I could literally be here for hours. I'm just going to show you how to simply, whenever someone fills out like a type form, an application, I'm going to show you how to actually get them on here. And then whenever they book a call, to have them to pop up in the book a call section, okay? So basically, it's going to be kind of combining a lot of these different ones. But first, we're going to start off in Typeform. This is just normally where I actually hold all my applications. And yeah. So this is Typeform. This is what I like to use. So I have like different folders, obviously keeping everything organized, where it's going to create a new form and create from scratch, right? So there's lots of different things that you can do here, right? You can do all different types of things. You can kind of play around. It's honestly super simple. For this one, we're simply just going to do a welcome screen and, join the waitlist to get early access to my X release, right? Just kind of hype up whatever. I'm going to kind of show you guys like what to actually say, and then we'll just simply add contact information. And then you can redirect to URL. If you click redirect, you can redirect them if you want them to go somewhere, or you can simply just do an end screen and say thanks, right? So we got this, and if you go over here, you can kind of make everything required that you want required, and you can hide some stuff. So we want phone number, we want email, we don't really care about the company name, and yeah. So we'll simply hit publish, and then from there, we simply will just go right here. And now that we actually have the form made, we can actually go back into Zapier to set up the automation. Essentially what Zapier will allow us to do is like leverage kind of AI or automations, I guess, to basically whenever someone fills out this form, they will actually get added to the pipeline, okay? So let's go into there. Okay, so right now I'm in a new folder, and you simply just want to hit create new Zap, and then boom, we are here. So you can have AI help you. This automation is going to be pretty simple. So the first one, the trigger, is like what the first thing is. So if they fill out a type form, then they get sent to the sales pipeline, we would go to type form first. So we'll simply click on Typeform. We'll go choose event. We'll do new entry. And then you want to log into your account. Looks like I'm already logged in. We'll hit continue. We'll hit form. We'll hit click form. We'll click new form. Continue. And then it's going to test it. Test. And then they're going to see if it's actually set up correctly. So it's testing right now. Okay. So as you can see, it kind of did since we don't have any entries yet, I just did like an example one, and we can continue with the selected record. And now we want to link it to Go High Level. So I believe Go High Level is called we can type in Go High Level. I don't think it'll pop up though. No, because it's called Lead Connector. It's kind of weird. I don't really know why, but I'm pretty sure this is Go High Level. Yep, add an opportunity. We want to add an opportunity, so we're going to have to sign in. Okay, so now it wants us to get our API key from the thing. This is what happens. So it simply just gives us super good instruction that says go here. So I clicked on that link. Now it's going to have me sign in. And now we're back, right? It had me do a like security verification. So what you'll want to do, it was trying to leak my address, but you'll just click up here, top left, and you'll, if you don't have anything, and now it's showing like my business, etc., etc. Okay, so now we need to go to our settings. Okay, so I just clicked on settings, business profile. I deleted all this stuff. I don't really like when I like leak my address, leak my phone number. But you'll go down here to API key, and you'll be, so look, it says right here, use this for Zapier and API integration. So simply just generate a key. Okay, so you simply just want to click right here. I'm not trying to leak it. You'll click copy the key, and we'll go back to Zapier. So simply come in here and paste it in. I'm not going to show my API key because I think I'll get like hacked or something. But you'll simply just click right here and paste it. Then you simply just click the yes connect to lead connector, and now we can go back to Zapier. So as you can see right here, I'm actually logged into my account. So I simply just hit continue, and then we can set up all of the information, right? So essentially what you want to do, you just want to hit slash, and then we'll find their first name, put in their first name, last name, slash last name. You just click it. Yep. So I didn't click it up here. First name, boom, and then phone number, slash phone number, and then email, slash email. Didn't work, so we just have to do it again. Email. Okay. And then that's pretty much it. Mark as a lead. Yes, this is a lead. Sales pipeline. Simply click on here, go to launch pipeline, click the stage, go to lead because they filled out our application, and then we can hit continue, we can hit test. And it said it's all good, so we're going to publish this, and now what we're going to do, we're going to go test it. So essentially with this, I'm just going to test it. I copied the Typeform link and I'm on it now, so I'm going to fill out my information. And yeah, so essentially you just like fill out whatever information, they'll fill it out, they'll hit submit, and then it does the redirect to the end screen. So now we can actually go back and go high level and check. I simply just refresh the page and we have it now. Test, yep, we have both of them actually. We have the lead, and yeah, so that's pretty cool. So we have this lead, and now we can actually set up an automation for whenever they book in to actually update it. So we're going to see how to do this now. So essentially what we're going to want to use now is Calendly. This is what I use for my calls. With Zapier, it's actually going to go high level, okay? Just two simple automations. Obviously, there's more. You can set it up where it's like if you move them in the no-show, they automatically get thrown in a sequence with the phone number, with the email. I'm not going to go over all of that today. I might make a separate video on it. But for now, I'm just showing you two simple automation. So we'll go up here. We'll hit change. Normally, like I said, I would just kind of keep the same one. But, obviously, we're going to be changing it up. So we're going to go to Calendly now. And choose an event. We're going to do invitee created. So we could do one for canceled. So if they cancel, it automatically moves them into the no-show. If it's no-show is into the no-show, canceled in its own thing, created into its own thing as well. So we'll do that, and simply I'm going to have to sign in again. Okay, so I'm simply just going to try to log into Calendly here. It's kind of glitching, and honestly, if you just keep everything go high level, use a go high level calendar, go high level Typeform, go high level website, you can actually just do everything inside of go high level. I honestly need to migrate over there. I don't know why I just haven't yet, but yeah. So we'll simply just click connect to new account, and boom, I'm already logged in. So you might just have to log in because I've done these apps before. Hit continue. Okay, so I simply just booked it, right? Just now I booked one. Blah, blah, blah. Put in the contact information, continue with selected record. Then we'll simply have an add/update. We'll simply go by first name, so test. That was the first name. I don't even think we actually have to do the slash. We can just click the plus. Last name, we do not have a last name. We can do email. I think this is the one that we put for the go high level guy that I created. If so, it's going to actually transfer over. If not, rip. So select stage. We want them to go into booked, assigned to user. Because, right, they booked a call, so we're going to move them into book. Simply test it. Okay, so we'll publish. Actually, we won't publish. We just tested it. Now let's go back to go high level. So this is common to happen. I accidentally put in the wrong email, and I didn't make him exactly like the other person, so I'm going to have to go back, book again, and make that automation actually happen again. It happens all the time. This is why we test the automations before we make them public. Okay. Now I published it, so let's go actually to test it. I forgot to publish it whenever I tested it. Okay, so I just published and I just set up a redirect. So after they book, it would just send them to my YouTube for this Calendly. Let's go check Go High Level. So boom, I just did it. Now as you can see, it actually automatically moved them from lead to booked. And that's simply because whenever I was doing the Typeform, I set it up as, whenever I was doing the automation, I set it up as the email, because you don't want to do it as the name. Tons of people have the same name, but every single email is different. So simply just moved them over, and those are 2 simple automations. And then obviously you can even set it up to where it's like if they pay you, then they can just move them to close. And if you click no close on the calendar, they can move them to no close, etc., etc. Those are just some simple automations that I showed you today. Okay, so that's kind of Go High Level, Zapier, and kind of Typeform all in one. So let's go look at landing pages now. Okay, so these are like my pages for my personal website. If you go into settings right here, you can kind of like mess with them. You can connect the domain, you can hide the ClickFunnels page. I use ClickFunnels for now. Probably going to switch over to Go High Level potentially, because I know Go High Level is just easy to keep everything in one spot, but this is on ClickFunnels, right? So you just want to go into edit, or you can create a new one. I created this from scratch. It's super simple to actually create, right? Essentially, this is just a text and a headline, a subheadline, and then this is just normal text, right? So with the VSL, I simply just added element. I added in HTML. I'm just going to show you guys a couple of things. It's honestly pretty easy to set up. I did HTML, and then I just shared my mini VSL I have up here. I just did embed and embedded it. And then I had a button that's book a call, and whenever they click the button, it simply just redirects them to the next step, because I have the 3 steps in this pipeline. And you can mess with the color, you can mess with the font, etc., etc. And then I simply just use rows for these. It's just a simple row where it splits it into 2, so I kind of can show the social proof. And then I just simply embedded my YouTube videos so people can see like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. And I did that for every single one. Each of these is a row. Once again, another book a call. And then for the color, for the background, it's a simple gradient, because I didn't want it to just be straight black, so I thought I'd give it a little more touch. But yeah, and then simply they click on that. Then they simply get sent to this. Same thing, I changed up the text a little bit, and I just embedded the Calendly here instead. The Calendly is now embedded. Same thing, this is all still here. And then they book it, and then once they book it, they get redirected to some value videos that I want them to watch, because that way it's going to warm you guys up. And I'm probably going to be putting my free course in here, because this shit is sauce. But yeah, that's ClickFunnels in a nutshell. It's super simple, super easy to set up, right? It's honestly one of the easier softwares to do. And yeah, so let's go over the assets that I talked about, which is a VSL. So whenever you're writing a VSL, it really comes down to your traffic temperature here, the warmth of your audience. Because some people, they don't even know who you are. Other people love you. They follow your content. They buy your products. They're most aware. And then most people kind of lie in here, like problem aware, maybe even solution aware. Okay, I'll break these down real quick. So like I said, unaware, they don't even know who you are. They don't even really know if they have a problem. Okay, problem aware is that they know they have a problem. Like example, like for my target audience, they know that they're not maximizing the money that they could be making. They want to make more. The solutions that they know that there's a solution out there. Like, oh, I could have someone just do it all for me, run my backend systems, actually scale my info products for me, because they know that a solution's actually possible. And then product aware, they know about my product. So this video is making you product aware, because you're like, oh, this guy actually does it for other people. He can do it for me. The most aware is they know, like, and trust you. They love you. They want to buy. They're super hot. Right, so that's the 5 stages. I'm going to be breaking down an amazing VSL today, but here's kind of a structure I kind of follow roughly. Obviously, it's not like super rigid, but it's basically, first off, you start off, obviously you hook them in. The hook's the most important part, just because if they click off the video, they're gone, right? So you want to hook them in, and then you clarify the goal or the problem, like basically a big promise, either here's the goal you're going to achieve, or here's the problem you're facing, and then you want to show case studies or why they're here if you don't have case studies, kind of show this is for. And then simply a 1-sentence persuasion. You throw rocks at their enemies. You give them an epiphany as to why they haven't seen success before. You show your 3-step process. You show case studies, and then you show your benefits and why they're actually going to be helpful, and then you call to action. Okay, so this is Daniel Bitten's VSL mini breakdown. I'm not breaking down everything. I'm just breaking down a couple key points, how he followed this framework, how you can do the same. And this is honestly a very, very good VSL, so I'd pay attention here. Essentially, he starts off by clarifying the goal or the problem, right? So my name's Daniel Bitten. Over the next 9 minutes, over the next 9 minutes, keeps you hooked. Oh, it's only 9 minutes. I'm going to be finally revealing that's hypnotic. You're going to be revealing, it sounds like a secret, how I made millions of dollars at the age of 17 by posting faceless content like this. So what's the goal? The goal is that he's going to show you how he's made millions of dollars, and then subconsciously you think so how you can do the same. Then obviously there's some other stuff like blah blah, it's been gatekept, but I'm one of the first people that's discovered this. Kind of builds up authority a little bit, and then causes FOMO because my students are making money. And here's the best part about it. And he constantly is just having an open loop, or almost like, I guess you could say, like edging you, just making you on the edge of your seat, wanting to continue to watch. And he continues to do this throughout the whole VSL. It's a super good ran VSL because it hypes up the end, makes you want to stick to the end, keeps you glued to the screen, right? Then we go into the case studies of Status Delta, why they're here, and essentially case studies of, I've done this, my students have done that. And then more social proof. This is him on a podcast, basically showing how he made 6 figures with Snapchat. Then he kind of explains, like, once you install the systems, you can do this without these pain points, right? You can make a 6-figure income without having a boss or being trapped at your desk for 12 hours a day. Then, right here, and if you stick with me for the next 7 minutes, that keeps you hooked. If you stick with me for the next 7 minutes, I'm going to teach you how to exactly do the same. And then he handles objections here. Kind of who this is for, but in a way, it's basically handling your objections and make it feel like it's for you. Even if you don't have any prior experience or you've never made money online before, right? And then it removes more common objections. It doesn't matter if you're working a full-time job, don't need to show your face, don't need editing, essentially just objection handling here. And yeah. Then he relates to you by calling out his audience. Maybe you feel the same way. Maybe this, maybe that, maybe you've been trying, maybe it's not working. Trust me, I know, I relate to you, right? Because he's saying like, hey, it's understandable. I've been where you are, so I can help you get to where I am, right? That's the whole point of it. Obviously, I'm just taking bits and pieces of it. Breaking down the whole VSL would probably take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm not trying to have this video be 10 hours long. Then the one-sentence persuasion, essentially why they haven't succeeded yet, right? So you can just essentially blame the system, blame someone, have a common enemy, and then you guys all unite behind it, right? The real reason isn't because of this or because of these gurus that are lying to you, right? So he's kind of using the gurus as the enemy, and then he introduces his unique selling proposition, which is opportunity leverage. This is the big epiphany that he wants them to get. Essentially, he talks about how if you have bad opportunity leverage, you're going to be in saturated markets, and you're not going to make any money. And then he uses an example right here just to kind of relate to it. It's like starting a newspaper company in 2024, highly saturated, not a lot of profit, an extreme example to really get it into your head. Then he kind of tells you what happens if you use his unique selling mechanism. And from there, it's the epiphany bridge. So essentially, he tells his own story to make you understand how he had his epiphany. And then it really helps us explain the epiphany more. Like before he was struggling, one day he kind of figured out opportunity leverage and he succeeded. Simply tells them what they need to do instead. They need to use faceless YouTube shorts, leverage the opportunity leverage, and then use his proven systems to automate it for them so that way they can make money in their sleep, right? And then he explains why this works, basically his selling point. All business models have good selling points like this. YouTube has more views than any streaming service in the world. And at the time of recording this, YouTube is paying over $25,000 a minute. Crazy. You're like, what? He uses real statistics here to actually prove his point. Super good. Then he uses case studies, and then he does benefits. You don't have to work a 9 to 5. You can work from anywhere. You don't have to waste years learning. You can just download my knowledge. And then he does a call to action, right? So you can join the YouTube portal where you'll hit 5K a month in 90 days, or I'll help you until you do, right? Guarantee, limited spots, applications only, that's scarcity. He price anchors really well here. He says, how much do you think this information's worth? 15K, 20K, even 100K? Probably, but it's not going to be anywhere near that. It's just going to require you to invest in yourself. Because he basically makes them psychologically, okay, it's not going to be that much. I can maybe afford it. I have to invest though. Okay, obviously I'm down. Then he does the 2 options close. You can try for now. You can try for years with AI taking out businesses, or you can just download my success. And then he has a CTA. Overall, it's a super good VSL, right? I just did a mini breakdown of it. But yeah, you can go watch it. It's really good. It's really hooking. But I would just kind of follow this framework a little bit. Obviously, it can be a little bit different, okay? So now let's go into emails with ConvertKit. This is what I use. You can use Beehive. You might be able to use Go High Level. I'm not sure, but I use ConvertKit. Okay, so ConvertKit, I'm trying to hide like people's emails, but you have Grow, which is essentially like looking at all your subscribers. You can even make landing pages, forms. The one I'm pretty much in all the time is Send. You could maybe do some automations, blah blah blah. I'm usually in Send a lot. So there's sequences and broadcast. So after you click on broadcast, it's going to show all the emails you've sent. Then you click new broadcast. Once again, I'm not trying to leak. And essentially, here's where you can write an email right? You can simply like do the subject line. You can do this, do that, and you can even do a first name. I forget how to do the code. You can literally just look up first name on how to do first name on ConvertKit. Essentially, here's where you can write an email. So essentially, you just write your email. You can hit continue. You can hit send email, and then you can click your email address. I'm just going to click this one. You can click right here. You can hit subscribe to sequences, and then you can kind of pick, right, like which sequence you want to do. And from there, you can simply just send it out, and it's pretty simple. Right, with sequences, it's pretty simple. You can kind of write it. You can kind of pick when it sends, if it can send automatically, and then you can add emails and have it a day after. So you can throw people in like no-show sequences. You can throw them in follow-up sequences. You can create a whole sequence whenever they sign up to the email list, and you simply hit publish, and then you go into Zapier and set up a simple automation. Yeah, so with ClickFunnels, right, so with one of these automations here, it's essentially just we set it up where the contact's identified. Bro, I paused the recording. I just went off on like a 10-minute tangent. But all right, so we're going to set up an automation where we go from ClickFunnels to ConvertKit. So essentially, you just want to do your ClickFunnels, obviously log in, and you want to do contact identified, okay? Configure, you just want to go to the funnel. This is Ryan Welcome Funnel. Test it. You can pull a record. I don't want to pull it because I don't want to show it. And simply, you can go into ConvertKit, right, set up, add a subscriber to sequence. We're going to add them to the sequences like I talked about on Kit. Hit configure, and then you can put in their email, their first number, their phone number, click continue, and click test. Once again, I don't want to like leak their information, and yeah. From there, we'll actually throw them in that sequence, and I'm going to give you some email sauce right now. So essentially with emails, after they sign up to your email, you want to do these main things, okay? So number one, you want to have them open your email right away. So after they sign up to the email sequence, you want to redirect them to the page that basically says, yo, check your email. I just sent you something. I'm going to send you something in 2 minutes. Check your email. This gets you to open rates of like 70%. And then from there, right, once they check their email, they get the first email, you want to have some stuff in there that makes them want to reply. You know, get them to talk about themselves or whatever, and they reply, and then you reply back. And you do this for 2, 3, 4 sequences. And what this will do is this will allow you to land in the promotions bucket, increasing your domain strength, because there's 3 main things that you can land in. You can land in primary, promotions, and spam. I meant promotions or primary here. Whenever you're in primary, it's the first email that they see, and your open rates will be skyrocketed. If you start landing in promotions, it just sucks for your email strength, and the opens are not as much. So in order to do this, you want them to open your email right away and respond back to them and respond back and forth emailing them. Okay, so we went over Go High Level, we went over landing pages, we went over VSLs, we went over ConvertKit, we went over application kind of. I'm going to show you how to make a better application in a little bit. Zapier, we went over that. Calendly is pretty simple. It's just connecting like your Zoom or whatever. Oh, hosting. Right, I did it, but it wasn't recorded. So with hosting, you can host it in Discord, School, Telegram, WhatsApp, whatever. Discord's good for like community and live chats. School's good for courses. It's really easy to put courses in there. Telegram is good, and WhatsApp's good for like private group chats, right? So kind of whatever. Do not use WAP. WAP community absolutely sucks. But yeah, okay. Calendly, pretty simple, right? I mean, it's honestly super easy. Payment processors. So WAP is cool. Do not use Stripe. Stripe will ban you. Okay, WAP is cool, but they take like 8% fees. Obviously, you can negotiate that down. Fanbase is good. They take 5.5, and they have Afterpay. Like, you know, Klarna, Affirm, where basically if they don't have the money, they can just pay you the money, and then they pay it off over time. Not in-house payment plan, because you get the money all up front. Also, Square is pretty cool too. So yeah, one of these 3 is honestly solid. With Fanbases, you have to have like a connect to get in. So yeah, but all 3 of these are pretty good, and that's pretty much it. And then for, you know, hopping on the sales calls, you can use Google Meet or Zoom. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure it's on one of these, so that way you can use Fathom, right? Fathom AI Note Taker, and then you can track it all and do more in-depth market research like I showed you in the first step. But that's pretty much all the systems, the sales assets, kind of in the weeds stuff. I didn't go too deep today because I don't want this to just be an in the weeds video. I'm trying to stay kind of high level. But yeah, kind of hope that helped. Now let's go to the fun part, right? The juicy part, actually launching. So you're grabbing emails, sending them down the funnel, etc., etc. So you have your traffic source, right? This could be YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok, Facebook, whatever you have. This is a simple funnel that you can just copy and paste today to, you know, make good money. It's tried, true, tested. My friends have made hundreds of thousands of dollars with this. And yeah. So essentially you just like have a type form or whatever. You essentially just want to grab their email, phone number some way. And you can even do market research like we talked about all the way in stage 2 with the type form. And you want to own the traffic, right? Grabbing their phone number, grabbing their email, etc., and throwing them on that go high level, like I showed you, adding them to the list right here, waitlist leads. Next, you want to provide value on this. This could be simply just sending them like videos. That's what I like, sending them long form videos that really warm them up, and they follow the 7-11 rule. Okay, the 7-11 rule states that if they watch 7 hours of your content over 11 different touch points, they're going to be way more likely to buy. That's what I did with one of my clients. We provided value, and then people would later join. And yeah, it's super simple, super easy, because whenever you provide value in these intimate places, it psychologically makes someone to buy. I'm going to explain all of these right now. So the active law of reciprocity, essentially it's just whenever you give something to me, I feel like I want to give back to you. So if I give you a ton of sauce or I give you a ton of value and you make money with it, you're going to want to pay me money. Right? Makes you an authority, essentially someone that's known in the space like a doctor, you're going to trust them. So the more value you provide, it shows that you actually know what you're talking about. Therefore, it makes you an authority. Gets them to know, like, and trust you. The more times I help you, you're going to like me, right? Because I'm giving you a ton of sauce. I'm helping you out. And whenever you like someone, you're more likely to do business with them because people do business with people that they like. Social proof. This is monkey see, monkey do. If I see you doing something with someone and they're actually getting results, I'm like, hey, if he can do it, so can I, right? So it's that thing. And then commitment, consistency. We want to stay consistent within ourselves, right? If we do something, like if I'm a health guy, right? Like I take my health very seriously. I'm not going to go eat donuts and skip the gym because it's just not a part of my identity. I want to stay consistent with how people view me. So we can use this essentially, just get them to start like committing, doing small consistencies. So that's why I use it with Ryan. I'm like, yo, I basically tell them a story about abundance, and I'm like, yo, come out, you're going to be more abundant. Oh, I'm going to be more abundant by starting to invest in myself. And I'm like, all right, yo. And I drop the coaching program, and they want to stay consistent with how they said that they were going to be abundant. So then they want to join the program, right? Urgency, scarcity goes back to our psychological roots of, scarce resources. We want what we can't have, right? That's why diamonds, that's why people really value money. That's why people value diamonds, et cetera, because they're scarce. They don't really have them. And yeah, like just back in the day, whenever food was scarce, right, people would fight over it, die over it. So yeah, really good book. Robert Cialdini, super good. But yeah, essentially from there, it's going to launch the offer publicly. So you send out some emails being like, yo, today's the day, blah, blah, blah. Then you just want to dial all of the leads. Be like, yo, I saw you going to sign up for the email list. Just kind of wanted to see how I could help, blah, blah, blah. You essentially just riz them up, right? And they're like, yeah, by the way, did you get the email? Like, we just kind of open up some spots for more help if you'd even want that. Or I'll go ahead and shoot you over the free training. The free training would just be the VSL, something like that. And then you send them down to the VSL page, which I already showed you how to write a VSL, and then into an application. So this application had a 70% open rate, or 70% completion rate, which is decent. I don't really know where the drop-off was. I just realized, before I did this launch, or after I did this launch, I found out that if you upgrade high enough on Typeform, you can see where people drop off. So I'm definitely going to start using that. Or I am using it. But we essentially got their contact information, how old they are, what do they do for work, if accepted, are they ready now. Essentially just kind of pre-qualifying them. If they're not ready to start now, they're not going to invest. So no. And then what's their experience? Basically make them realize, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. And then we kind of see their budget, right? If they don't have $500, I'm not going to book them on a call. If they have any of these, I'll just book them anyways. And then be like, yo, you're going to listen? And then yes. And then I just essentially add this. And what would have been better is if we redirected people to actual Calendly link and get them to book there. But that's kind of a quick rundown of the application that I used to make $44K in 2 weeks. Okay, so I just showed you how to do the application. Simply just book them on a call, and you can have like SMS reminders, you can have Calendly reminders, and I was going to tell you how to do those. So you want to have like one that's right when they book, right? Right when they book, 24 hours, 8 hours, 1 hour, and then 5 min, right? 5M. So right when they book, you want to do two things. You want to have like a booking confirmation to confirm that they're going to show up. And then you want to send them some value videos, which I'm going to show you how to do that. Then from there, you want to do a 24-hour one that kind of tells like a case study story or sends them towards like a video, like a free course or a testimonial video. 8 hours, maybe tell a personal story. 1 hour, tell them that you have a personalized game plan after looking at their application. Basically, you want to get them excited for the call, right? That's the whole thing. Because if they're excited, they're going to show up. And then 5 minutes before, you basically tell them, yo, jump in. Okay? After they book, ideally you want to do like a triage call. And yeah, essentially like you just kind of want to see what they're at. Just kind of make sure that they're actually qualified so you don't really waste your time on like the closing call. And then you want to send them over and say, yo, I just wanted to see what's up, blah, blah, blah. And then you send them over some free resources. And the free resources is just like the thing I showed you after I booked, like after you book in my calendar. Please don't go funnel hack me. But after you book in my calendar, I just send some value videos, and I want people to watch that because it warms them up more and shows them my process. So essentially, that's kind of what you want to do. And then from there, you hop on a call, close them 2, 4, 6K, depending on your program package, and then you just get them results, right? Using that roadmap, which I showed you, just get them results. And then actually on the call, I'm going to go over some sales stuff. So this is a pretty simple framework, right? Obviously, you have the intro. Yo, can you hear me? Is your mic on? Get their camera on as well. And be like, then you want to instantly just be the authority, okay? So you want to do some situation questions. So yeah, man, I noticed you booked on my call to get help with like XYZ. Is that about right? Yeah. Okay, so I guess like what really made you want to hop on the call today? Essentially, you're just doing like situation questions, kind of figuring out their current situation. What do they do for work? How much money do they make? The gap between where they are now, where they want to be. Oh, okay, so you're here, you want to go there. So I guess like, you know, what makes you want to do it now? Blah, blah, blah. You kind of dig into their pain points a little bit, you know, make them actually problem aware. Essentially right here, you're just dragging them through from like unaware to problem aware, solution aware, product aware, making them want to do it now. Because you just want to, essentially want to pre-handle all their objections like business partner and wife, time, why now, why this. Essentially, you're trying to get them to have the lowest possible chance of actually having an objection. So yeah, the problem is just kind of digging deeper into their situation, be like, oh, like you're doing this work, well, why are you doing that? I mean, doesn't that kind of take up all your time? Yeah, man, doing this admin work does take up all my time. It really sucks, bro, because I can't really focus on my content. Oh, okay, I get that. Yeah, like how many hours a week is that doing? 5 hours a week. 5 hours a week. I mean, how many videos could you really make with that? With those 5 hours, oh, dude, I could pump out 5. Boom. Digging into the pain. But it's conversational, right? I'm going to go over some common mistakes in a little bit, actually. But solution aware, you just want to help them envision a better future. So I guess if you didn't have to do all this admin work, right? Like, what would it actually look like? Well, man, I'd be able to post more content, which means I'd get more leads, which means I'd make more money. Oh, okay, I see. So, like, why do you even want to make more money? Because XYZ, you know, I want to be able to do this, want to be able to do that, I want to retire, blah, blah, blah. And then consequences. Okay, yeah, I get that, man. That's cool. So I guess, like, why now? Like, why do you want to, you know, fix the admin work now? Because you could just wait. Oh, you know, blah, 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 blah. So I guess what's the rationale for, I guess, hopping on this call and looking for someone else to do it for you? You know, because it's like, obviously, you know your business better than anyone else. Well, I see you guys, you know, you guys are good, blah, 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 blah. Basically get them to be like, oh, I got to do this now. Right? You're essentially kind of trapping them. In a good way, though. Then you transition to the offer, and you basically show them everything. You don't drop price yet. You pretty much show your whole process, what you're actually going to do for them, the benefits like we showed in the offer section. Then you ask for the close. You say, yeah, man, so what questions do you have about that? Oh, I don't have any questions. Okay, do you feel like what we went over can actually get you to XYZ? Oh, okay, yeah, why? Because that's what really matters to me is if you think it even can. Oh, okay, yeah, I think it can. Which truly it does, because if they don't think the offer can actually get them to where they want to go, there's no point for them to join, right? Because we want to actually get people results. If we're not trying to get people results, if I'm just trying to scam, I'll just do OFM, right? At that point, because it's easy money. Okay? So essentially use price drop. Okay, yeah, man. So the funds required to, you know, be able to free up all your time and, you know, make triple the amount of money is just, you know, XYZ. $2,000 one-time payment, $2,000 USD, or, you know, $3,000, $4,000, $6,000, whatever your high ticket price is going to be. And you can do, in your offer, you can do 3 months, you can do yearly, you can do not do lifetime. I don't really recommend lifetime. You can do 3 months with the guarantee that you'll help them get there. You'll continue to work with them until they're there. You can do yearly payments, etc., etc. And then they'll have an they might have an objection. So if you kind of pre-handle these objections, the only one that can really come up is think about it. And let me pull up the objection spreadsheet, actually. Okay, I got this from Bill Walsh, right? Watched a lot of his content. Essentially, here's the 5 main objections. These are the only real objections, really. It's either think about it, partner, money, fear, logistics, right? So it's just a lot of money, or they don't feel like it can, like they don't think they can actually succeed, or they just don't have the money. Okay, so whenever you're objection handling, usually if you like pre-handle the partner one, like so business partner, you pre-handle it by pretty much just saying, yeah, man. So it's like, is this kind of like your own thing, or do you kind of have like a business partner working with you, or what does that look like? Oh, okay, cool, yeah. And do you have like does your kind of wife know you're on this call, or like are you on like a secret mission, right? And pretty much you're just like pre-handling that, because if you don't really pre-handle the partner objection, you don't really deserve to get in between them and their wife, or them and their business partner. That's a relationship, so you want to pre-handle that one for sure. Right, these other ones you can't really pre-handle them, okay? you can kind of tie them down by being like, yeah, I believe that what you're offering can get me an XYZ because of a blank, blank, and blank. And yeah, basically overall in the sales call, you're trying to get them to argue for why they want to do it, right? And you're kind of qualifying them. So and then this just kind of creates urgency and like kind of locks them in. So let's go over how to handle these objections. So think about it, right? It's just a smoke screen. So you want to I think it's like diffuse. Then she's like, yeah, man, no problem. Like, what's your kind of timeline for getting back to me? Oh, 2 or 3 days. Yeah, I just want to think it over. Okay, yeah, man, no worries. And I guess like when you go to think about it, just so I can better understand like what specifically comes up that makes you want to run it through your mind. Oh, I just want to think about it. Yeah, I get you want to think about it. Is it kind of like a value thing or like a price thing? Oh, it's price, man. It's price. Yeah, and then they kind of tell you the objection, right? You don't want to like push hard. You just want to be like kind of curious. So yeah, man, it's just a lot of money. Yeah, I get that, bro. I guess. I mean, would you kind of say like going from, $2K a month to making $30K a month is a big jump too? Well, yeah. Okay, man. So I guess like, is it a pricing like you have the money, you just don't really feel like investing in it, or is like you just don't have all the money up front? Yeah, dude, I just don't really have the money up front. I said, oh, okay. That's not a problem. If you're open to it, I could kind of see how we can maybe break this up for you to make it more manageable. Yeah, man, okay. Open and honest conversation about their finances, how much they have on credit, how much they have in the bank account, how much they make a month, what are their expenses, because you don't want to put them in a bad financial situation. Okay, now let's say it's fear. Right? Oh, yeah, man, I'm just kind of scared. I just feel nervous. A lot of people just feel nervous sometimes. Yeah, man, I get that. I mean, have you ever done something like this before? No, I haven't. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's probably why you're nervous, because you've never done something like this before. And then you can kind of use like stories and stuff, like the bridge example, where it's like their current situation, their desired, and it's like their old self is trying to stop them from becoming their new self, and talk about how society is set up to keep you as your old self to not really, see results. And then money, if it's a lot of money, it's just kind of showing the value and with guarantees and stuff. So I'm decent at objection handling, nothing crazy, but that's just kind of a simple way on how to actually do it. But ideally, you shouldn't get objections if your discovery process was good enough. Right? So it's all about the discovery. Ideally, you don't want any objections. And then you just onboard them. Okay? So common mistakes is not dressing well, right? Like right now, I'm dressed pretty well. I have like a polo on, whatever. This is good. But you don't want to just be wearing like some normalized, like a tank top or something like that. I've done that before because I didn't know. You want to be dressed well, look like a professional. Like right now, I got a nice hat on. I have a nice shirt. I have some nice glasses. I look professional. I don't have to look crazy. I don't have to be like a fancy suit and all that. I look good. I look normal. Yeah, see, like you don't want to have like crazy hair. You want to look good, look presentable. Okay, being nervous. You shouldn't be nervous because these people are on a call because they have a problem and you're the expert. They're there to help you solve them, right? And honestly, nervousness is just going to get better with the more calls you do. Not being conversational. It needs to be a conversation, not an interview. Like, you just want to be constantly talking. Maybe, yeah, it just needs to be conversational, not really like you're interviewing them. You need to listen to them too, right? After they say something, maybe dig deeper into it. Yeah, man, I don't really know. I've tried a couple other things. Oh, okay, like what have you tried? Blah, blah, blah. Making conversation. Actually listen to what they're saying. Don't follow the script. That's why I gave you guys a framework, right? Because I used to use scripts. It fucked me, okay? Do not use a script. Cutting off. Cut off when it's appropriate. It's like, yeah, I've tried a couple other things, and then you cut them off. Be like, oh, yeah, what have you tried? Oh, well, I've tried this, this, and this, because it makes it more conversational. Rarely in a conversation do you ever not get cut off, right? Because you're constantly talking. It's not a disrespect thing. You shouldn't feel bad for cutting them off, because you're the one who value, not them. They're coming to you for help. Obviously, don't be a dick to cut them off all the time. But yeah, call them on their stuff, right? So if you create another partner objection, like, yeah, I want to talk to my wife. You're like, yeah, man, I mean, you just kind of said that it was up to you, and you didn't have business partners. So I guess, like, what do you mean? It's like, oh, yeah, you got to call them out, right? If they straight up lie to you, you got to call them out and figure out, right? Because they're probably just nervous. Desperate, broke your breath, you don't need them. They need you more than you need them. So you just got to not care, bro. Even if you need the money or not, you just got to not care, right? Because at the end of the day, if you come off as broke or desperate, they're not going to want to join. And having to close. You don't have to close, right? At the end of the day, you're the prize, and your product is the prize. If they don't want to change their life, that's on them. Obviously, you're going to do everything in your power to, but at the end of the day, it's up to them. So, yeah. That is pretty much that, right? When we went over today, we went over the traffic, identifying our traffic sources. We went over market research. We went over making a launch strategy. We went over offers. We went over in the weeds sales assets and websites, which I all linked down below if you want to use any of them. just for your convenience. And then we have the simple launch, how to actually launch, how to hop on calls, how to close the deals. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Biggest mistake is super simple. Just keep it stupid simple, guys. That's all I have to say, really. This is the audience alignment formula. If you like this video, go down below and actually comment what your favorite part was, okay? If you're a creator, coach, and consultant, want to see how I can just do this all for you, you don't have to worry about any of this at all, really, then you can just click the first link in the description and hop on a call with me. So yeah, hope this helped, guys. Love you all. Peace.